वेलकम टू स्टॉक मार्केट्स विद केआर स्टॉक मार्केट्स विद केआर में आपका स्वागत है एंड वी आर बैक with bank nifty and top stocks analysis as fast as possible. Now right on cue we've got Mumbai Rains coming in accompanying us for today's analysis, and I love the rain, so I hope that they accompany us for the following episodes as well. But anyway, back to bank nifty. This is the hourly chart that we are looking at. और आर्ली चार्ट में हम लोग को क्या दिखता है, थोड़ा सा वीकनेस दिख रहा है आफ्टर येस्टरडे, गैप फिलिंग दिख रहा है, और दिख रहा है कि 35,000 levels have been rejected, which is not a very good sign right after the acceptance of 35,000 levels. So one thing that I can see here, and by the way, all of this analysis is something that I'm doing on the spot. मैं पहले ऐसे सोच के नहीं आता, अरे चलो आज मैं ये दिखाऊंगा, आज मैं वो दिखाऊंगा. That is not what I do. This is straight up just what I'm seeing. And we can see कि 34,995 पे 38.2% है लेवल फिप का. 14th June and 16th June का हाई लो अगर हम लोग करते हैं, which would be a swing sort of thing, maybe more suited towards around 15-minute chart. Then what we can see is 38.2 का level है. 50% is generally 50 and 61.8 are two of the most important levels. So someone in a Q&A, पिछला मैंने Q&A video जैसा किया था, उसमें someone had asked me that which is the most important fib level, and the most important fib level is generally 50 and 61.8, if not 23.6. 23.6 first level hota hai isliye. So we are at right around that level. Gap filling ho gaya hai, so I think that is a bullish sign. But we will just remove this fib retracement क्योंकि वो थोड़ा सा obstruct करेगा view को. And overall this is what we are seeing. So basically 35,000 level को तोड़ दिया है, but 34,870 and 34,644 are known support levels. So I think as long as those levels are held, Nifty, Bank Nifty, or rather Bank Nifty actually should be fine. बैंक्स का जो मोमेंटम था ऑब्वियसली वो थोड़ा स्लो डाउन हो गया था. वी हैड डिस्कस्ड दिस येस्टरडे. इनफैक्ट अनुष एंड आई had discussed the same thing in our weekly video as well. Weekly videos are obviously every week. ये coming week भी आएगा, so make sure you're subscribed for that and like this video if you're liking it so far. And basically बैंक निफ्टी का ऐसा दिख रहा है फिलहाल. अभी honestly people are saying that oh my god, correction, but if we see here bank nifty is in a bullish channel since like April, तो ऐसा correction जैसा मेरे को कुछ frankly लगता नहीं है, unless ये तोड़ता है, unless 34,644 तोड़ता है, तब तक तो I think all is good. Moving averages के हिसाब से we can see below the 50 MA, below the 13 MA, so that's not very good, but that's fine, still okay. Not the end of the world. 5-minute chart, quite frankly we can see it for a second, but देखने का मतलब नहीं है, थोड़ा selling pressure था, ये हम लोग देख सकते हैं. एंड दिस इज द फर्स्ट कैंडल. स्टार्टिंग में ऊपर गया 35,300 levels, rejected once again, and then it came back to 35,000. So that's what we are seeing on the 5-minute chart. If I'm being very honest, not that important. Now I'll actually move to Nifty instead of doing the top stocks. I'll move to Nifty. Nifty hourly, what we can see is just breached 50 MA today, and this is what we are seeing. Moving averages है तो दिखा ही देता हूँ. In the past, we've seen 50 MA being a good support, a strong support for Nifty and Bank Nifty. पहले भी हम लोग देख सकते हैं. So I think अगर ये levels sustained breach करता है, that might not be a very bullish sign. And just you can keep that in mind if you trade. As far as levels are concerned, these are the levels that I'm looking at. 15,733 important support. I think अगर ये hold कर लिया तो शायद important चीजें हो सकती है, bullishness रह सकती है, वरना नहीं रहेगी. First candle itself, it breached the 835 level, which was the first support that I had marked up yesterday also. कल ये सब levels mention किए थे. Although I don't talk about highs, मतलब ऐसा कल जैसे 900 का किया था, I did not say that 900 will be a resistance, because सी आधा साइकोलॉजिकल लेवल होता है और बाकी जो आधा रहता है वो फिर पिकिंग टॉप्स एंड बॉटम्स हो जाता है, विच इज obviously not something which is very advisable. So on the downside, these are the levels. On the upside, we could possibly say that 15,900 and 835 are the next levels for Nifty. Now, jumping right into the top stock for Nifty, which is Reliance, and we'll do it as fast as we can because obviously सबको और भी काम रहता है यार, इधर पूरा दिन हम लोग को चार्ट ही नहीं देखना. But here we can see 2242 का जो ये एक जो लाइन है, जो फर्स्ट सपोर्ट जैसा था, that has obviously been rejected. 2220 has also been rejected. 2200 has been held, which is a good sign. Now, the reversal actually happened from 2278, which is right around the fib extension. So थर्ड टारगेट के जस्ट आसपास आके ही वो रिवर्स कर लिया था, एंड नाउ इट इज ऑन इट्स वे टू 60 RSI perhaps, and you know it might just retest 2200, like जो अगर proper retest हो सकता है वो हो सकता है, I think. But as long as this extension level is held, I think all should be good. Next stock that is there, and this is according to order of weightage for Nifty, and we can see this is HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank में एक और inside bar pattern हुआ है, so we can see today's entire day was within yesterday's day, and interestingly both days were spinning tops. So two indecisive days. If I just start the volumes, then volumes हम लोग को क्या दिखाता है, similar volumes, so very low volumes overall, which is not a very good sign. But then again, double top जैसा हो रहा है, हम लोग double bottom जैसा हो रहा है, 1 1 rather 1 2. So possibly, there's a chance that it can bounce above that level. Let's see what happens. Next stock is Infosys. Infosys में हम लोग क्या देख सकते हैं, all time high बनाया, 1500 test किया उसने, no, 1489 was the high for the day, which means 1500 has not been tested. But not only is it an ATH close, but it is also an ATH close above yesterday's high, which is a very good sign, above the previous close, which is above the previous high, which is a very good sign. So Infosys, strong momentum, हाँ थोड़ा selling आ गया है, but that is natural. Profit booking होता ही है. There's nothing wrong in that. There's nothing new in that. HDFC still unremarkable. One thing what we can see here is कि यहाँ से जो लोअर लेवल्स पे जो प्राइस रिजेक्शन हुआ था, मैं इसको मार्क कर देता हूँ. हियर व्हाट वी सॉ वाज बाइंग वाज हैपनिंग हियर ऑन दिस कैंडल. हियर आल्सो बाइंग वाज हैपनिंग ऑन दिस कैंडल. बट आज क्या किया है, आज वही कैंडल के अंदर आ गया है, विच मीन्स कि जो बायर्स इधर थे वो खाली हो गए, एंड नाउ सेलर्स अपीयर टू बी ओवरपावरिंग. सो दैट इज नॉट अ वेरी प्लेजेंट साइन. RSI is also below 50, which is once again not a very pleasant sign. If we do the moving averages, we can see it is at 50 MA. So I think as long as 50 MA is held, we should be okay. If 50 MA is breached, then obviously the trouble begins for these stocks. Next stock is ICICI Bank, which will complete the top 5 for Nifty. And what we can see here, 633 held, 640 के ऊपर resistance है, ठीक है, अभी there's nothing much that we can do. ये मिरर इमेज जैसा था, वो मिरर इमेज के पहले 2 दिन कंसोलिडेट हुआ, शायद 2 दिन कंसोलिडेट भी हो सकता है, वी नेवर नो. RSI is above 50, which means there is bullish bias, but momentums are low, volumes are low, so that is not very good. Next stock is Kotak Bank. And Kotak Bank, what we can see, it is still at that fib support, and it is still at this cluster, around this cluster anyway. So let's see what happens. I'm not quite sure of what can happen. Again, कल ही बात किया था कि ये देखो इतना टाइम नीचे आया, बस 5 दिन के अंदर it more than recovered. So these stocks, these banking stocks especially, are very unpredictable in that sense. In fact, if we extend this line, what we can see here is कि possibly ये एक support ले सकता है, can't rule out. So let's see what happens with Kotak Bank. Next stock is SBI. And SBI, now what we can see is that we can see more selling happening. Clearly Bank Nifty का आज थोड़ा negative day था, तो थोड़ा selling तो बनता ही है. RSI is 60. I think as long as 420 is held, we should be okay. Next stock is Axis Bank. Axis Bank आज रेंज तोड़ने की ट्राई की थी, बट इट फेल शॉर्ट. RSI is below 60 also, and this would mark, I think, the 16th day that it has moved within the 4.5% का range. I can't get that scale out for some reason. इधर से ही निकाल देता हूँ. I think this is the 16th. This is the 17th session that it has been in that range. So clearly not very good. But that is what we are seeing in the top stocks. One quick look at Nifty, Bank Nifty daily charts, and I think we can call it a day. And Bank Nifty is at 13 MA approximately, and this is what the daily chart looks like. Gap filled. Next gap filling would happen obviously 745 closing. So दो gap fill हो गए हैं, and supports are coming soon. Bank Nifty daily chart, if we can just look at it, we can see ये अच्छा सा सपोर्ट लिया था उसने, इधर भी एक गैप फिलिंग जैसा हो गया. So let's see what happens. Anyway, that's it for this one. If you like this, make sure you like it. If you really liked it, share, subscribe, do whatever you can. I'm gonna announce something very interesting, for especially for those who are obviously engaging, मतलब जो भी like share subscribe कर रहे हैं उनके लिए there is something very interesting that I have planned, and once that is ready I will be announcing that. So stay tuned for that, and if you want to stay tuned, best way is to subscribe. I know I'm plugging myself a lot, but it's required. Anyway, that's it for this one. See you the next. Happy trading.